Welcome everybody to another edition of the ESL India Premiership 2018 Summer Season Masters League, and I'm your host, Vagish Godslebhan. And joining me in the studio today is none other than the man, G-Man, Gautam Virkaholic Virk. Oh my god! This guy's got the swag in place, man.
Anyways,
Oh my god. This guy's just got the swag rolling around him aerodynamically. Moving on. So, Gautam bhai, how's the day going so far?
well, day's going fine. Good, exciting Clash Royale as always. So super hyped up for that. I'm hyped up for everything Clash Royale.
Wow, you're always hyped up for Clash Royale. Where is the love when it's CS? Adi always complains.
No, that's because I'm watching the game as yes.
Ah.
I'm enjoying. I'm in the game at that point.
It's okay.
But right
Control,
now,
control. It's okay. It's okay. But, ladies and gentlemen, we have an interesting game of Clash Royale lined up for you guys today. It's between two amazing players. So, let's get to know them first, one by one. Let's get to know the first person here, Mrinl. All right, well, that's Mrin. He has been the champion of the then winter season in
yeah.
2016.
So at that time, the format was completely different.
Yeah.
By the way, so that time the format used to be like all the build up from the beginning of the year, but the big LAN finale used to happen at the end. Not that the LANs didn't happen in between. However, the big prize money used to be sitting in winter. So
Yeah.
and then we in 2017 we changed that around to hard stops for summer, hard stop for fall, and hard stop for winter. Everything kind of resets, and the prize money is kind of equally distributed across three. So when we did the first premiership, which was in 2016, Mrinl actually came in and won the finale, and which was big news back then. There was the big finale.
He ended up winning the Challenger 2 also in Bangalore, if
And
I'm
that's
not wrong.
actually how he got there, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
so that time we did challengers, we went up, so we did starters and challengers and then finals. So it was a
The
very
India
long
gaming
form.
show, everything, yeah. And plus, I believe over the course of time, the competition has also grown. And so
Yes.
have the number of players. I mean, that's the thing with any sport there. Mrinmoy, at that time, I'm presuming Clash Royale as a competitive esport was still in its nascent stages.
And I wouldn't say that. What I would say is that Mrinmoy is like, it's not that Mrinmoy has gotten worse or something.
Oh, no,
since
he
then.
hasn't. Oh,
There's been
no,
a
he hasn't.
lot more talent which has been coming lately. A lot of people have been getting into the sport. So the competition is heated up, and we saw Mrinmoy actually perform really well on the last LAN also.
Hmm.
He ended up coming fourth or fifth.
Close, yeah.
But he's not had that big first position so far for quite some time, and currently in the standings he's kind of sitting around sixth also. So
Yeah.
we'll look at the updated standings after the match finishes. But
But for
he's on
now,
the
yeah,
sixth or
let's
seventh.
let's give some attention to the opposition here, Saif Patel. All right, that's Saif Patel there. I'm another Masters League player there. Pretty good player at that. We have seen some really nice plays coming from this chap.
Yeah, Saif is doing fairly well. Actually, anyone who's in Masters is doing fairly well in his Clash Royale career. However, this is all these guys were invited into the Clash Royale League because this was the first one of its kind in 2018. So as we go along, there'll be more promotions and relegations happening, and further down the year, basically, you will end up with only the cream of the crop, basically.
Yeah, that's something worth noting there. In fact, let's take a deeper look at both these players here. Not much of a difference when it comes to the crowns. Both these players, Mrin loves the Bandit, Three Musketeers favored by Saif Patel. Not much of a difference except the number of matches played, highest number
Which
of
is Saif
trophies
has,
gained.
yeah.
So that's like around 5,700 for Saif, whereas
I don't
it's
think
still.
Rin has been playing as much as he used to, and this is back
I've
then.
been informed by the production that apparently Mrin has taken a major liking to Arena of Valor. So that's
Yeah.
another new scene. Maybe
But
one day.
in any case, that's fine. That his performance is not hindered as such, and he's still there. Like he's still playing fine. I'm actually surprised by how well Urban is playing in the online cups, and he's been
Indeed.
having a blast
Indeed.
so far. So
Indeed. Also, okay. Just, I'll give a shout out to my man Mrinl. If you're watching this game, dude, I've been informed that you better make it to the finals because you have a headphone which belongs to the production personnel. Okay, I've done my job.
Accidentally.
Now moving on, we have the band cards on the screen as you can see.
A
Three
second ago,
Musketeers.
did you notice how it said favorite cards of Saif was Three Musketeers? So clearly someone knows who the favorite card is. So
Yeah, somebody's been leaking information. Need to speak to Kevin Fernandez.
no,
now.
no, that information is available online also.
No,
So-
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. So Three Musketeers banned by Mrinl Lakar, whereas the Inferno Dragon gets banned by Saif Patel.
So with Inferno Dragon out of the picture, Inferno Dragon is that key card you need to stop those big giant cards walking
Yeah.
slowly towards the tower
It's
because of
a
the
lot of DPS, lot of DPS.
because
happening.
as you know the Inferno Dragon kind of builds up the DPS over a few seconds. It's like laser, 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 and then really charged up laser. And if you ever played a game called StarCraft, so we had Void Rays back then. So they've taken a complete reference from that.
You had to bring StarCraft in.
Oh yes, that's what I do every day, right? So Inferno Dragon ban is quite interesting. Of course, we have a replacement for Inferno Dragon. There's an Inferno Tower, so the same form but with more
It's just that it doesn't move.
immobile form.
It's
so
more of a defense unit rather
Yes.
than an offense unit. So yeah, that's where
but
the
it's
thing-
quite nice to see a ban like an Inferno Dragon coming in, which will add some twist to the game compared to what we've been usually seeing. Is like we've had a Goblin Barrel ban, we've seen the Golem ban, and we've seen Bandit bans, and even the Dark Prince.
giant bans.
Yes, Giant bans we've also seen.
I'm very amazed that nobody's used a Royal Giant so far. I just saw a Royal Giant ban once in this summer season, but nobody's used a Royal Giant.
I think the Royal Giant is kind of fallen out of the meta right now because it did get heavily nerfed back then, so it's not as good as it used to be, and a lot of people are doing a lot of bridge spam also. So it's quite difficult to play with Royal Giant right now. But
Oh, okay. Okay.
Anyways,
Well, that sums up our pre-game here. Let's head off into the game and see what's in store for us actually.
all right, so we are here in game one of this best of five between Mrinl and Saif, and I'm actually pretty excited, man. Saif has put down his elixir collector, so Mrinl, the clock is kind of ticking. This puts a little stopwatch in the match where like, hey, I have put this down. What are you gonna do about it?
Indeed, indeed, indeed.
And that's the point where people need to respond, and the way Mrinl is responding is very well. He's used the poison, so he's gonna deny the elixir collector at the same time, doing a lot of damage onto that tower as well. Very well defended, I would have to say. He's been an excellent start for Mrinl.
Indeed, and what's great to notice is the fact that Mrinl has put forth only limited cards. If you see, he's just put forward a giant. He's put forward his skeleton.
Yeah, because he
Royal
didn't need to do any more. And guess what? Saif has put down his big trump card, so now Mrinl know exactly what's coming. And it is the Night Witch and the Golem combo, and followed by a Bandit also. So probably see a Bandit coming out soon. So he's gonna have to deal with this. And Giant, now distracted by that building, is switched over sides, and a very nice Prince drop in the back will target the Bandit there. Bandit is causing a lot of havoc, by the way. on the
Indeed,
floor.
indeed. The Golem, this push has metamorphosized into a lot of people.
Yeah, a lot of units now attacking the tower. This tower is going to go down fairly quickly. His main tower could be in trouble also because the Lumberjack DPS is high level. So I think Bridge kind of given up on this match right now.
Yeah.
I don't think he has any hope. He's going to lose this match very, very
He's
quickly.
absolutely not even like putting in units. He knows this match is done and dusted. That's a pretty fast one there coming in from Saif. 3 crown victory, first round itself.
Yes, excellent match here by Saif Patel. Mrinl, I think something happened there. Yeah? It just doesn't make any sense why Mrinl would give up so easily.
Or maybe Mrinl is testing waters. One game still,
This-
and you can never know. You
That's
can never
fairly
know.
positive.
I'd like to be
outlook.
positive. Apparently, then I'll be flamed online saying, hey, Vagish does not support the other person and the team they played so well and so on.
Oh, Vagish has such an accent.
Well, that sums up our round one here. Saif Patel has a 3 crown victory over Mrinl
A
Lakar.
very quick victory also. I don't think we even hit the double elixir time or something.
Yeah.
So we're back in game two now between Mrinl and Saif. And I thought Mrinl was doing fairly well in the game one, but however just did not have a good answer to the golem coming in. I think something happened. Maybe disconnected or something. He kind of accepted his defeat.
Maybe not. But Hog Riders come out and he's got a couple of hits in. But we see a minion army coming in. And then a princess there.
A nice distraction coming out from Princess. He has the Dart Goblin, which is nice to have, but the log will chip him off and take him down fairly quickly. So not able to get much value out of there. Princess will get a little tag of a blast there from an ice golem and zapped away.
And then electrified
yeah.
into oblivion.
Now Princess is another unit that you need to kind of figure out how to deal with, because she kind of sits out of the range of everything and kind of shoots away.
She's like a walking X-bow. Which is weird because then her arrows are like also lit AF.
Yeah.
That's literally lit AF.
Yeah. Very interestingly, the P.E.K.K.A. actually targets the right unit right off the bat. The Hog Rider kind of pushed aside the Ice Golem and came in the front, which is something that Saif was not planning to.
Indeed.
However, kind of took that damage there. But that's a fully health P.E.K.K.A. on the left-hand side that he needs to deal with. Drops down a minion. And same thing kind of happened. Similar result was what was acquired on the right-hand side, but didn't work out for him. The mini P.E.K.K.A. actually ended up targeting the Golem instead of the Hog Rider, so which was nice for him. So decent play there. Mrinl has taken
Mrinl
heavy
is
losses.
already in the trip digits on the left tower. Hog Rider is already making his way, and he's getting free hits there. And I see nothing coming in from Mrinl. Has he disconnected? What? What in seven hells? Is he still deciding what to do?
I think he's pushing a big push on the right-hand side. But I don't know why he needed to get rid of. He did not have enough elixir to drop down the big unit, but he could have had a bunch of all options also. He has the zap. He could use it right now. Uses the lightning instead and zap also.
This is a very failed push. He is on 4 elixir. He's still rejuvenating, and then we see a lot of damage coming in. And I definitely see this game going out of hands of Mrinl.
Yeah, well, because there's not a lot of time left on the clock here, and we need to figure this out.
Indeed. No amount of push can make you survive the kind of onslaught you're like facing in from Saif right now. And that itself is a sight to watch.
Here comes a log to clear out few units there. He will try to make one last push, but the Ice Spirit is there to slow him down and will not be able to get a single hit on the tower. And
this
5
is
seconds
definitely a
left on the
Saif's game. I have zero idea. I do not understand.
All right.
I absolutely do not understand. I'm still reeling in from the shock, Gotham, here. I don't know why, what, where, but this game, I'm now suspicious. Now I'll let go of my positivity. I think Mrinl DC'd in between. Did he DC in between?
I don't know. He did have enough elixir to put down a mega minion there to stop that Hog Rider, but he decided not to put anything down and save up for the P.E.K.K.A. and drops the P.E.K.K.A. on the completely different side and hoping to do a end all push on that side. So
very weird, very weird.
It is quite weird actually. So I think the game 3, with the way Mrinl is playing right now, I don't think this is going to go past game 3.
Yeah, so I'm highly doubtful about it. Well, game 3 is live about now, and I see some change. I see an Executioner, a Cyclone, Poison, and a Graveyard in Mrinl's deck, whereas Royal Ghost and a Prince also in Saif's deck. Both of them have got poison.
See that. No, you don't see that. I think you need to take some glasses off to kind of see what's happening. But anyways, here comes the big push. Mrinl's kind of gone for that bit more defensive build where he's going to be using the Nado and the Executioner together to bunch up the units together and do a lot of damage, so which is going to be quite interesting for him. He should be able to hold off any big pushes coming at him. And what his offensive cards are, he's going to put the Graveyard and the Poison together and hope to finish the game one for all. Right now, Saif, we've seen he has a few units to help him with that push, and he also has the Archer, so the magical Archer can do great amount of damage. As you can see, he's actually hitting 2 units at the same time, and here comes the big push. So he will be using there you go, he uses the Cyclone, bunches the units together and doing a lot of damage to both of these units, pretty much defending that push fairly well.
I like the Executioner. I like the swirling axe thing.
So imagine now swirling axes, and imagine all the units bunched up together with the
Cyclone?
tornado. The Nado and Executioner, they combo extremely well together, and it's absolutely devastating. Doesn't matter how big of a push that you have coming in there. So you well placed Nado and an Executioner will pretty much defend your base like nothing else. So excellent card to have there. The archers being dropped. Archers actually got recently got buffed because if you placed him like this in the last round, in the last patch, actually he would not be able to hit the skeletons. So they've made his animation a bit faster. His bullet speed has gone up a bit.
Yeah.
So to kind of help him out because he was not looking like a magical archer back then. He was just looking like a not so magical archers. So nice distraction tactic being used there. And there comes the big Nado bunching everyone together. Not able to get everyone together pretty well,
Nice.
but still
Trying
does
to get
plenty
them
of
in
damage.
all in a grind. Trying to get them all in a grind.
So this is the power. Now he has a double elixir time right now. I think it's time that he kind of shows his card. He's waiting for the right opportunity to put the graveyard. Remember, the graveyard is still not been revealed. So
Indeed.
Saif has no idea that his opponent has a graveyard, and now Mrinl is waiting for the right opportunity to do as much damage as possible, and so he can actually close this game quickly. So here comes the log. The poison also comes out to defend. He should be using a Nado right about now, but he has another execution available to him, so he can hold on to the Nado. So very well held. The giant will get a few hits off, but taken care of fairly decently. So now Mrin again not getting the opportunity that he's looking for to put down the graveyard. So and this is what's kind of costing him. And finally the graveyard does come down, and here's the big push that Mrin was looking for. The poison also placed down, and Saif is still holding on to his poison, not using it. Excellent grouping up. However, the execution was not alive.
The archer cleared out all the damage from behind enemy lines there.
And here comes the counter attack now, which Mrin needs to deal with. So here comes the swirling axis, doing a bunch of damage what they need to be. The magical archer is being a little bit annoying, but taken care of as well. So Mrin now in a lot of trouble. Needs to hold this attack off. See that Nado and so much damage being done. And there's look at that. There's actually two executioners on the field, and they're doing a crap load of damage. By the way,
It's like you stepped into a blender, but this tower is gonna go down.
yes, and as predicted by the end of second game, this is a 3-0 in favor of Saif Patel. That was a quick 3-0 victory, my friend.
I have zero idea why Mrin would let go of 3 games that easily. It's very unlike Mrin.
Actually, he let go of the first 2 games very easily, but the
Yeah,
third game was he did put on a bit of a fight.
he did put on a good fight there.
I'm hoping that you have a good internet connection at home, buddy, because that was not as we planned. You know, here at ESL India Premiership, we put a bar. You know, we put a bar, and we expect you guys to kind of go over
Yeah.
that bar, and this was below bar
was
performance. Yes,
This is not.
I
So-
like my Coke Thanda, but this was a Thandi chai, my friend.
Yeah, this is like actually this is like thandi chai. We expect cold coffee, but no thandi chai.
Yeah.
But again, good fight was put forward by Mrin Lakar, so definitely can't complain in the third game. The first 2 games were absolutely weird. Neither Gautam or me can understand what exactly transpired in both those games. But I think let's quickly take a look at the standings right now and get a better
Sure.
grip on how Clash Royale and the Masters League looks. So as we can see, Arpan Christian in the first position, followed by Beast and Saif in the third position. Now, Sushil Abhisha has 7 matches played. He's won 4 out of them. He's at 12 points. He's in the 4th position. He's cushy there. Now, the people who are
So
going
now listen. Now let's talk about the 2 players in this in the match that we just did. Like we saw Mrin. Brin's kind of dropped down to the 8th place because of that loss. He's won only 2 games out of the 5 that he's played. We bring him to only a total of 6. But look at Saif. He's doing fairly well. And he still has a few matches left. So he could actually match up the top player, which is Arpan, who's lost one game.
Indeed.
And as we spoke about Beast yesterday, Beast is kind of aiming for #1 spot also. So
Yeah, he's got 0 matches
yes,
lost so
he's
far.
not lost a single game, but he's only played 4. So he's
That gives him a lot more scope to achieve the first
exactly.
position.
So
actually.
much more inspiration for him to kind of keep going.
Indeed.
Coming at and remember, at the end of the day, what matters is that you're in top 4. So the people like Sushil and Prashant and Mukul is where I think the competition is coming. Interesting thing is how Camille actually has not played a lot of his matches. He's only played 3, and look at Mehtab. He's only played 2 games.
Yeah.
So there are a few players who've not played all their games right now, and they still have that potential to make it.
True,
To
but then again, there are certain surprises here. Let's put some focus on the last four players here. Tahir Devilstone Sharif has played 6 games. That's pretty much halfway there, and that's a place where he's ideally not supposed to be because he's one of the great players we've seen over the course of time. Jimit Bhatt again, another person like he ideally seeing his run in Clash Royale in India Premiership last year also, he's like a guy who will be somewhere midway of the standing stable, not like down under. Mehtab is a new player. I would not, considering that he's just played 2 games so far, I would not know much about him. But Mehudi, my concern is with Deepak Mehudi Mehta. He is a guy, if you remember, he was the guy who was a black horse at a point of time in ESL India
Yes, he was.
Premiership.
He's having a devastating performance this time. And
I have zero idea how you managed to lose 5 games in a row.
Yeah, and we did get to cast maybe 1 or 2 of his games.
We did,
and
indeed.
we saw him not doing so well, but I'm pretty saddened by the games, the first 2 games today coming out of Mrinl today. So
Yeah, definitely. Indeed. Maybe we do not know. There might be some problem or something.
Sure.
It's always
We'll give him the benefit of doubt. Maybe we'll
definitely.
give him a call.
It's
and be like,
always
hey, what's
it's
up?
always great to give a benefit of doubt. He's a great player. Not that we hold anything against him for putting up a bad game. It's a sport at the end of the day. You have a
Yes.
good day.
Someone wins, someone loses.
Yeah, and it's all on your form. Maybe you're in form, maybe you're not. Maybe you are the Dhoni today, or maybe you'll just turn into Sir Ravindra Jadeja tomorrow. You never know. But what we do know is the fact that we have an excellent Counter-Strike Global Offensive game lined up for you guys after this short break. So do not, I'm telling you, I'm warning you, do not go. Actually, you can go to the loo to take a small break. But come back because we'll be right about back with some amazing Counter-Strike Global Offensive action. Remember, guys, this is the ESL India Premiership 2018 brought to you by Omen by HP, HyperX and Intel and presented to you by Northern Gaming and
ESL. India.
ESL. We'll see you